No. I knew you were going to do that. No. No, no. It's just a washing machine. Just a washing machine. Shh. I knew you were going to do that. I knew it. It's just a washing machine. I know you don't like it. You don't like that, do you? Oh. Hello. Let me fix this. Hold on. Hello. You almost missed a little meltdown because the washing machine started singing. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like the washing machine little melody it plays. But I need it on because that's the only way I know that it's done. Hi, Lavender Lisa. We are good. Poop is good. Huh. Can you answer for yourself? How you doing? She's looking at me like, shut the fuck up, Mom. Let me get this loaded over here. There we go. Okay. I am so ready to hear you tell us we are source. Do you need me to tell you? Do you not already know? Are you questioning that today? Hold on, let me... Okay. How is everybody? You do? You need me to tell you? Okay, well, it looks like H. Piera, 89, needs me to say it too. Hold on. Please help me understand how I am source. Well, I will do my best. I will tell you that I assume at some point you will have your own inner conviction of it. There must be a part of you already. And maybe it's just you're not, let's say, I don't want to say used to. I'm trying to think of a better word. There's a part of you that must already know it or you wouldn't be questioning it. And I don't mean questioning it whether that you are that or not. I'm saying questioning your life itself. What's causing you to search for more, search for answers. There's an inner pull. I believe, let me say that, I believe. And I think that is what everyone experiences. I mean, don't get me wrong, most people find conscious manifestation after a very emotional experience, usually a loss. Again, I'm not saying every single person does, but a lot of people. So aside from that loss or that panicked experience, there's this question within, this desire within to know who you really are. And I believe that that is a part of your own awakening. So your own consciousness is that source. And this kind of ties into another question I get a lot, about how do I know myself as source? How do I know I am? How do I get into the I am state? And that's probably one of my favorite questions because I love to just debunk that. Because there is no just I am state. Every state of consciousness is a God state. You just sitting here watching my video, me just sitting and talking to my phone is both of us experiencing being I am. So just how you feel, how you know yourself, that's I am experiencing. That's the paradox of all of this. Now, I know some will tell you that there is this altered I am state. I'm not saying that altered state doesn't exist. I'm saying that that is not a separate state. That is not. If you're not in that altered state, then you're not an I am. That's what I'm trying to say. Every state, every experience is I am experiencing. Everything, every moment, every experience is I am, always. So I have seen, at least on TikTok, I haven't seen it yet. On YouTube doesn't mean it's not there yet, but I've seen TikTok videos of some people saying, well, I only manifest from the God state. No shit. No shit. Because every state is a God state. So how do you know yourself? How do you prove it to yourself? You stop being at war with your 3D reality and questioning it and conditioning it and assuming it means something unfavorable to you. You get into the position of allowing. And some people find, until they're able to just allow on their own, that indifference is like a step towards it. When you become indifferent. And again, don't misunderstand that and think that I'm saying that you have to become indifferent to manifest. That's not what I mean. But if you notice, if you go from, content creator to content creator and go in their comment sections and read, I'm assuming, because I know if I'm getting the comments, other people do, you'll notice how some people get to a place where they suddenly aren't even interested in their desire. They become indifferent to it. Again, not saying that everyone goes through that, but you'll notice some do. And then shortly after, what happens? The desire comes in. Well, why is it? Was it because they became indifferent? It's not the fact that they became indifferent per se. It's the fact that they stopped being at war with reality. They stopped detailing it, calling it something opposite of what they want. They stopped fighting with it, conditioning with it. So if you would allow yourself to just let 3D unfold, you would easily come to know yourself as source. But even that is you still being source. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how it's a paradox? I hope you're getting. Hope that helped. Kim, I wish you could see how much my life has changed since the last time we talked. Life is so amazing. I'm so happy for you, Ruby. I am so happy for you. You're like, I've said it before, you're like one of the perfect examples of how life can change, even through fear, even through doubt, even when you don't think your desire is going to happen, if you just don't fucking give up, that life will become exactly what you want it to be. She's a perfect example. And I look at Ruby as one of the perfect examples because Ruby's is documented. There are listen, I've had this channel open since early 2020, and there are live streams that go all the way back where Ruby came into the live streams. I don't want to say she was full on spiraling, but she was upset, very doubtful, didn't think things were going to go the way she wanted them to. And we have her documented coming in from live stream to live stream, sharing her progress as her world shifted and changed it and her manifestations came in. Documented. So I'm so happy for you, Ruby. And thank you for continuing to come back and update us. That's very much appreciated. And I'm assuming anybody listening, that's very encouraging. Janet Carson, thank you very much. Hello, Kim. I wanted to ask you about manifesting a new person. I've already done a perfect man checklist, but I'm scared because I'm overweight. Oh my God, Janet Carson, that is so irrelevant. That is so irrelevant. That is an old conditioned belief of yours. Now, in the same breath, if that's something you're wanting to change, that also can be changed through manifestation. But I would like to preface that it doesn't need to in order to manifest something new. You, by knowing who you are as source, And I'm going to say, and from there, what version of you want to be, who you're choosing to be, you will bring in the version of even a new person who finds you beautiful no matter what you look like, no matter how much you weigh. Weight is so irrelevant, but I know the 3D world can make us feel like it very much is. But if you change your belief on how you see yourself, stop seeing having extra weight on you as being something intolerable that makes you less than someone else. If you would change that belief about yourself, well, how do I do that? You start knowing yourself as already being whole, already being complete, perfect as you are. Another way of looking at it as even in this moment, you are all versions of yourself at every given moment. So the version of you who loves herself inside and out already exists within you. It's already there for you to choose from. Well, how do you choose? You decide that's who you are. Even if you don't feel like it, even if you don't believe it in this moment, you choose it anyway. And you will see that life will change. Because I'm telling you, it's so irrelevant. Nicole Buttonsimlish. Thank you very much. How to manifest to live with SP that is married with kid. Okay. How to manifest to live with an SP that is married with kid. So your question, how specific you went with your question, tells me you see the fact that SP is married with a child as some form of limit. Yes? As a limit, as a block, as a something in the way from your desire. And that's probably, I mean, granted, it could come from a number of beliefs that manifested, that it unfolded in a way that it has. But I believe part of that is your conditioning the how. So there's probably an assumption there that, like, let's just say you thinking about it manifesting, you living with your specific person. I imagine that when you think about that, your mind gets pulled into the direction of, well, oh my God, so many things need to happen before that's ever going to be possible. Something has to happen where he's not married. So a divorce has to happen. So something has to happen that causes the divorce to then cause, their full separation so that, a third party isn't living there anymore. And then I have to be introduced to the child, all these events that have to take place in order for your desire to happen. So yeah, I knew it. I knew it just I knew it just by your question. And that right there is a behavior of someone who's still living very much attached to 3D. Now, I don't want you to think I'm picking on you for that, because I think anybody who's saying that they're not living somewhat attached to their 3D is full of shit. Of course we are. We function in our 3D, don't we? Don't we? But when we find out about conscious manifestation, the idea is you're learning the balance. The balance. Learning that your role, right? Your role in this whole manifestation thing is to learn how to step away from assuming that you know the best way for that manifestation to happen, for how it can be presented to you in reality. You're learning to back away from the constant analyzing and predicting, right? Your mind is conditioned to do the predicting shit. Analyzing 3D reality, predicting your next move, predicting it from the standpoint of trying to keep you safe and secure. We've been doing it our whole lives. We are all conditioned with that. You're learning to balance it so that when your mind is getting you, let's say pulling you in the direction of thinking about all the things I just listed, for you to learn to say, no, stop. I don't have to do this. I don't have to think these thoughts. I don't have to give into this. It's not my fucking job to figure out how it's going to come to me. I don't have to worry about any of those things. They will all be taken care of. I just have to know who I am. And a really shorter way of saying all that is be still and know. Be still and know that I am. And you fill in the blank. I am who? I am what? Because you are source. Any logical thinkers out there, I'm sure you've already thought this thought. And I'm making that assumption because I know when I was very, very logical, I thought the thought, well, if I'm source, then why can't I just decide how it's going to come to me? Why can't I figure that out? If I'm source, why can't I do it? Which leaves me open to the idea that who knows, maybe we all will evolve even higher in consciousness and we do get to figure out how things come. But for right now, we don't know. And we don't do it. That's why our only job is to wake up to who we are and be still in it. And I think for especially anybody that is a go-getter who likes to take action and do things to make things happen in reality, that's who I was. That can feel fucking impossible. What do you mean be still? Be still? What does that even mean? It means return to your decision and remember you are God. It means that. And live your life. And trust. And it's not always easy to do that. And that is why I try to make very clear in my content, doesn't matter when you have a doubtful thought. Doesn't matter when you're having a stressful day and you're afraid that it's not going to happen. Doesn't matter. What matters is you remember who you are. Because those kind of thoughts are going to come to us and it's okay. That's what I'm trying to say. So what do you do? How do you make that happen? You return to the knowing that you are source. And from there, the you want to be. And that's really it. Do you see what I mean? When your mind wants to pull you in the direction of trying to figure out every single step that needs to take place in order to bring your desire, just try to remember me saying, that is you and your mind, the rational part of your mind, trying to predict each next forward moment. And that's not how we do it anymore as being awake to manifestation. We don't do it that way anymore. We're learning to balance ourselves out to just returning to knowing who we are and knowing that doing that is what chooses our next forward predicted moment. Do you see? That's the paradox of all of this. But knowing how simple it really can be to manifest, aside from the fact that we're going to have our human feelings and emotions, well, that doesn't sell as much, does it? That doesn't sell a lot. That doesn't make it viable for those who want to sell a lot of products around manifestation. But if you notice, all those products all kind of say the same damn thing. Be still and know. I look at it, it's almost like a form of distraction. When your mind wants to focus on the shit that doesn't feel good, it's time for a distraction. That distraction should start with knowing you are source and understanding that. Coming back to that, coming home to that. Instead of drifting away and getting entangled to what we think is right in front of us in the moment. Because remember, what we think is right in front of us is like that tiny little fraction of actually what's really right in front of us. Because we don't see all of reality all at once, all at the same time. We see a tiny little bit. So even our mind trying to do its best, analyzing and predicting the next moment of what has to happen next. We get ourselves so entangled with that. And then by what we've predicted, right? We've predicted what should happen next. And when our SP doesn't show up behaving that way, that looks like that next predicted moment is going to happen, we all start shitting ourselves. We spiral. We question everything. We threaten to give up. We have a panic attack. We cry over it. And once we get it all out of our system, we come back and we decide we're still going to keep manifesting our specific person. When all we needed to do was say, wait a minute, fuck this. I'm source. I don't have to bother myself with figuring out any of this stuff. It's not for me to figure out how it comes to me. I don't have to worry about that. I get the bonus. I get the glory job. I just have to know who I am and go live my life. Be still and know. Do you see what I mean? I am a $1 million a month Maui mama. Thank you very much. Hey, beautiful. I wanted to say love and life is amazing. Hope to chat on the great stuff soon. I look forward to it. My man has been obsessed with me lately and great opportunities rolling in. I am paid to be me and be free is becoming reality. I am so happy for you. Well done, my friend. Well done, you friggin' OG. And I mean that as a compliment. You are an OG to me. I am a $1 million a month Maui mama. Has been with me since like literally day one. I am very happy to hear that it is all good on your end. You deserve it. But I do look forward to you coming to the group and telling us all about what's going on and update us. Janet Carson again, thank you very much. Thank you. I love you, Kim. You're the best. Janet Carson, thank you. I love you. That was very nice of you. Tia Keynes or Keynes. Keynes. Thank you very much. I'm 19 and 23 weeks pregnant. Stuff happened with SP after 5 years together. I have had OCD and have such loud, scary thoughts. I feel so low and alone. Well, you're not alone, my friend. You are not alone, right? You're here with us, and that counts. First of all. Second of all, you're pregnant. So we're still going to have a baby coming in. Do we know what the baby is at? Is 23 weeks too early to figure out what we're having? Or are you waiting for the surprise? Listen, this should be a very exciting time for you. You should not have to feel like shit. You should be able to enjoy your pregnancy. It's a girl? Oh, do you have a name picked out already? That's so exciting. Every woman should be able to enjoy their pregnancy time. Okay? They should. And I feel so strongly about that because I didn't. I felt like I wasn't allowed to because my life was a pile of shit. The only joy I had at that time of my life was the knowing I had a baby coming. But I had a rough patch with my ex. We get along now. We get along now. So no hate towards him, but he knows that. He knows I'm honest about the story. We did not get along very well. Getting together, break up. Getting together, break up. Not talking. Not talking. It's totally stressful. So I think everyone should be able to enjoy their pregnancy. So you have OCD. Okay. Guess what? Guess what the beauty of knowing you are source means? That, yes, I know, scary, especially OCD, as far, I was going to say, is like the amount of thoughts that come at you. And I know how very real and serious they feel. Guess what? They honestly don't matter. I know they feel like they matter. I know they don't feel good, but they don't matter. What matters, Tia, is if you have already made your decision on who you want to know yourself to be, because you're source. So you can be any version of you that you want, meaning I'm just going to kind of guess at the version of you you'd like to be. I think you are probably wanting to be the version of yourself who's enjoying her pregnancy and is happily getting along with your specific person. I'm assuming that's what you're looking for. And that the baby comes in and everybody's happy, baby's healthy, all things are good. Version of yourself. She already exists, that version of you. She's within you right now. Every version of you is within you right now because you are source. Now you're 19. I'm 51. So 19 to me feels very young. And I mean that as a compliment. No offense to anybody else my age. 19 is young. You got your whole life ahead of you. How wonderful that you're awake to conscious manifestation at this young age. So you're kind of taking the world by the balls right now, even though I know you don't feel like it. But you are. All you have to do is know yourself as source, who you want to be. And when the thoughts are flooding in, you remember me saying, these thoughts, they don't matter. They're not controlling anything. They're not choosing for you. They're just thoughts. The feelings that come with them, they don't really matter either. I know they feel like they matter, but they're not in control over where you are in consciousness and awareness. They're not. So no matter how powerless you might feel to the thoughts and to the feelings, if you've already made that conscious decision, what matters is you come back to it. You already know who you're choosing to be. You already know that you're already source, which means what? Complete, whole, perfect, lacking nothing. Even though reality might appear like you're lacking something, you're not, because you're source. Think of it like a shield. I like to think of it like a shield. It's a shield around you. You're already perfect, whole, complete, and nothing can get past that shield unless you decide it can. Do you see what I mean? You don't have to control your thoughts. If having to control the thoughts was a part of this or a truth, well, then I guess anybody with ADHD, like me, OCD, or any other neurodivergent, we would all be screwed. And it wouldn't work for us. See what I'm trying to say? And we know differently. So you've probably been conditioned with the idea that OCD is in some way limiting you. I'm not trying to invalidate your experience. I'm just trying to let you know that even with that label, you are still unconditional love. That's the beauty of what Source is. It's unconditional love. Doesn't matter what label has been slapped upon us. This is unconditional. That's what I'm trying to say. It's unconditional. So you try to remember who you want to be, and you remember that that's the decision you made. This is who I am. As source, this is who I am. And that's all that matters. And you keep coming back to that. So when you're getting flooded with thoughts, and I know, listen, you're not the first person to come talk to me with OCD or any type of neurodivergence. You're not the first person. So I'm telling you, it might not make you feel fully relieved, but with the repetition of you doing this, you're going to see that you start to gain a footing again, where the thoughts come in, but you know they don't mean anything. They're just thoughts. No one can perfectly control every thought that comes into our mind. No one can. We're getting hit with thoughts, right? 60,000 plus a day. That's why I'm trying to say to you, you don't have to control them. They're meaningless until you give them meaning. They're meaningless until you say they have power. And I know that's not how everybody talks about conscious manifestation. I know. When I first started my channel, I thought differently too. I thought thoughts did fucking matter. The opening to my videos would have a little screen going across, a little a little creation I made, a little mini video. Your thoughts create. I used to say it until I evolved. So you don't have to be afraid of your thoughts or your feelings and emotions. But by me saying that all of those things really don't matter, I'm not trying to tell you to pretend they're not happening and stuff them down, because that's the last thing we want to do. You don't want to stuff your feelings down. Let them out. Cry if you need to. But in the end, everything's going to be okay. And I know it's very easy for me to sit here and say this to you through a screen. But I'm saying it to you with a little bit of experience. Everything's going to be okay. You just remember that. Your source and you being source is like having a shield around you. And the reality that feels like it's out there isn't even really out there. It's in here. So I would say your only job is to figure out who the hell you want to be, what you want your life to look like. And once you have that fully defined, right, when you have your answer, from this point on, you start telling yourself that you are already her. You are already her now, even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't emotionally feel like you're her, even when reality doesn't seem to look like you're her. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And everything is doing its thing, the little reconfiguring around to start showing you that evidence. I know a lot of us, we like to see the outside proof. That's the paradox. You're the proof. You're the proof. Well, how the hell am I the proof? How am I supposed to know how I'm supposed to be the damn proof? It's your decision. It's that decision. Who are you? I used to say, doesn't matter how I feel, doesn't matter how I feel, doesn't matter what I'm thinking, doesn't matter what I'm seeing. I am this. And I would fill in the blank. I am that. And that's enough. You'll see. And you're going to come back and tell us. Okay? And you're going to come back and keep us updated about that baby. You try your best to enjoy your pregnancy. Okay? It's going to be okay. That SP will be back. They always come back. Always. We have lots of live streams and membership videos showing that. They always come back. Okay? And for anybody watching who's thinking, well, mine hasn't come back yet. Mine didn't come back. Keyword is yet. Yet. Okay? Lindsay the Gym. That's all it says on my end. Lindsay the Gym. 3D has been shifting for me. It's been good. Good. But SP and I have a past. I find myself thinking of that at times. Example, I don't want him at the bar. Friday, it kept coming up. He'll probably be there. Okay. So, Lindsay, the gem. Is it something longer? Is it like Lindsay, the Gemini? Because every time my screen goes boop, boop, I see an I after M. You made typos. It's okay. I was trying to fit in the characters and didn't notice. No. That is okay. Okay. So, the past. I find myself thinking of that at times. Example, I'm rereading to make sure I understand. I don't want him at the bar. Friday, it kept coming up that he's probably going to be there. So, is that what you experienced, that he was probably at the bar? Is that what, finally materialized? Is that what you're saying, or is that what you're fearing? The Gemini, haha, but it's short. Okay. So when it comes to that past, is that a past that you want to continue signing on with? No, he was homesick. Oh, so great. You manifested him being sick instead. Just teasing. Teasing. Well, I mean, never mind. I won't. Um, is it a past that you would like to continue? And I don't think you do, right? You don't want to live the rest of your relationship constantly worrying that he's going to go to a bar and do something stupid, right? Right? So when you think of your specific person, are you oftentimes, I'm assuming the answer is going to be yes to this just because of your question. When you think of him, is it like a swoosh of all the previous experiences and whatever he's done in the past in that damn bar? Is it always attached to him? Is that who you know him to be? More than likely, I bet you the answer is yes. Okay. But I'm saying old thoughts keep coming up. Okay. Don't want to sign on to that. The thoughts coming up in of themselves does not mean you're signing on to that. I wish everybody knew and understood that, so you wouldn't have to be afraid of your own damn thoughts. That's what this community has fucked everybody up with. Just because opposing thoughts come into your mind, even if they are thoughts that to you feel like absolute memories of something you actually in the physical experience. See, that's the beauty of this. You see, every single thought is a thought that technically already exists in the infinite, in the quantum. That's not nothing to be afraid of. That's just I'm trying to like make you see. You don't control the thoughts, they just come in on their own. I can't imagine if you were to like zoom out of yourself for a second. Are you really like sitting on the couch and thinking, what awful shitty thought can I think about him today? Let me see. Oh, let's remember how he pissed me off, 2 months ago. Let's do that. Let's think about being afraid that he's going to start going to the bars and hanging out. No, nobody's sitting there willfully asking for shit thoughts to come in. They just come in. Now, I'm sure you've already noticed that when you kind of grab it, think of it as all thoughts really are just floating. They're just floating around you like clouds. Some are dark clouds, some are pretty little, I don't know, see-through, fluffy, looking like marshmallow white clouds. But they're just floating around you. But you know what it is to grab one. There's just like a little click in your brain. You grab it, and then more just like it start flooding in. And at that point, the body's already responding, right? We probably get that ick feeling. But the thoughts of it themselves, they were already there. See what I'm saying? They were already there. So they're not your fault. You don't have to control them. The fact that they're coming in means nothing. Nothing. And I know that some of you get very afraid that when a thought that you know you don't want it to manifest comes in, you think that just because it popped in, that there's a high probability it's going to show up in reality. No, you have a choice over that belief. More of a choice than you have allowed yourself probably to believe. Thank you for that, BFF. I am $1 million a month Maui Mama. Yeah, it really helps me when you give the videos likes. Really helps. It gets it out there for other people. You know what I mean? So if you're not going to do it for me, do it for others who need to wake up, okay? But back to that. You don't have to be afraid because when opposing thoughts come in. It doesn't mean it's going to manifest. Why? Because it technically already exists. So there's nothing to do with it, truly, other than to actually know that. So if the thought comes in, him going to the bar, the body responds. Do we have to panic now? No. Who are you? Who are you choosing to be? Who do you know yourself as? Source. So can anything in reality actually hurt you? Take anything away from you? No, no. And we could sit here and go back and forth. Not that you've done that, Lindsay. I'm just saying we could go back and forth and, you could throw examples at me. Yeah, well, this could happen, or this could happen, or this could happen. But could it really hurt you and take away your desire? No. How it comes to you is not under our control. So maybe it will show up and manifest in a way you didn't expect, but your outcome will come. You'll have your desire. So there's nothing to fear. So when those thoughts come in your mind, there's no reason to panic. Let them float. Let them just keep floating. Or if it will make you feel better, and understanding it making you feel better is really just soothing the ego, which is fine. If it makes you feel better to do something about it when a shitty thought comes in, well, I suggest remembering who you are choosing to be. Does that thought align with my decision? So if my decision is to be in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, does the thought of him doing something unfavorable line up with who I'm choosing to be? No. So I know that's not a problem. That's not an issue. I know who I'm choosing to be. That doesn't line up with it. Return to my decision. My work is done. Seriously. I guess part of it too is that it's so easy to decide when I love that you're saying this. I love that you're saying this. Okay. Because I say it all the time because I agree with you. It's so easy to decide when the 3D is good. And then it's quiet for a moment and I'm like, fuck, I've seen this before. I'm glad you shared that. And I feel like it's a reflection of something I already believe. So it makes sense to me why you're here today saying that, right? Because from my perspective, you're in my conscious awareness, right? Okay. So makes sense. It's so easy to make the decision of who you are when reality looks kind of nice, when it looks like it's reflecting what you want. But when reality kind of looks the opposite, or even just quiet, like you said, when it looks like it's quiet, and you get that feeling like, oh, I remember the last time it was quiet. I remember what happened the last time. And our mind starts doing its job, searching and calculating and analyzing and predicting. That's a good time to say, wait a fucking minute, I don't have to do this anymore. No, the only thing my mind needs to analyze and predict, and I'm being sarcastic with that, is who the hell I am. It can be quiet. I'm allowed to experience quiet, even if I don't like the quiet. It's okay, quiet can be here. I've made my decision. I don't have to be afraid that it's going to be a repeat occurrence from the past because I'm not the same person I was when I experienced whatever in the past. I'm not the same person, which is why for any of you who has ever had to manifest a specific person more than once, a very common thing I hear, and I would like to squash for you because I also was afraid of it. That's why I'm bringing it up. Is I remember during one of the solo vacations, out of the solo vacations that I manifested in my early days that I have shared, my mind would go to, oh my God, it's not coming back as fast this time. This doesn't feel like it felt like last time. This time feels more real. This time feels like it's really over. This feels different. Oh my God, and the panic, yucky feelings all over our body I would get. This feels like it's really done this time. Oh my God, I have really fucked this up. I have ruined this. I'm not going to be able to do this. Blah, 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 blah. Fear, 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 fear. Not true. So for any of you who has manifested or in the midst of manifesting your person back again and it feels different, it should feel different. You're not the same person. You don't want it to feel the same way. You want it to be different. Because you don't want to have to fucking do this again, do you? You don't want to have to constantly being in the position of manifesting your person back for the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th time. You want to do it this time and have them stay, I'm assuming. So good, let it feel different. When scary moments come into reality, don't handle them like you did in the past. Let's do it different this time. Let's stand in the authority of being source. Nothing can be taken away from you. You are lacking nothing. You are unconditional love. You have the desire for a purpose, for a reason. Not to have you want something so, I was going to say so desperately, but I should use a different word. So wantingly, for a reason. To experience it. To select it for yourself. To experience. So you have nothing to fear. Long story short, I could probably answer every question with return to your decision. Know that you are so. Know that you are source. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. But going back to Lindsay, if you don't want them at the bar and you don't want to have to worry about it every week right before Friday comes, try to remember me saying, you're not the girl who manifested him in the past going to the bar and pissing you off. You're not her. That's not who you are anymore. Everything out here is utterly meaningless until you give it a meaning. There's nothing to fear. You've made your decision. Now stand in it. Stand in it. I'm source. That's it. I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to worry about this. Do you see what I mean? The fact that we have desire means it's already been created for us, nothing to grasp for. Exactly. Exactly. It really feels different manifesting them back for the second time. Yeah, it should. So well done, Rick. It should feel different. I remember that scared the shit out of me. I thought the fact that it felt so very different, that was a bad thing. I was pretty convinced that I wasn't going to be able to do it. But we all know how that story ended, so. You are welcome, Lindsay. That is perfection, Lisa T. If you try to find reasons this doesn't work, you'll find them. Yes, your source. You bet your ass you're going to find them. But you can also find reasons to show you that it is also true and that it does work for the same exact reason, your source. And for anybody out there who's feeling like you've got all the reasons why it doesn't work, you know that there is a part of your ass who really wants to hope that it might work. You're just trying to protect yourself from being hurt and disappointed. Because you wouldn't be watching this kind of content for no other reason. Let's just keep it fucking real. You're hunting and sniveling around manifestation content because there's a teeny tiny little spark within you that you want this to work, but maybe you've already been disappointed, and so you want to flip that around and take it out on other people. But the fact that you're still around tells me that spark is there. Turn your focus to that spark and watch how your world will change. I'm telling you, watch. Pink Panther Shop, thank you very much. I do not see A question, though. If you had one, feel free to what do you call it? Copy and paste and put it in the chat. All right. Let's play a game. There's 129 people here according to my screen. Can we hit the like button? How often do I ask for the like button, guys? I normally don't bug the shit out of you for this. I'm bugging the shit out of you for it today. Thank you to the person that just did it. Thank you. Listen, it doesn't charge anything, right? It's not costing you money. Thank you to those of you doing it. Thank you very much. Is it wrong to decide that I don't have to experience things that I really don't want to experience, like things I refuse to experience, and set those boundaries to have my manifestations? Is it wrong? No. I would not say that it is wrong. But I will say that there is that fine line. All right. Give me a moment. I'm calculating on that, percolating. My instinct to say no. My instinct is to say to you no, right? Like, no. No, that's not wrong. I don't think anything in that aspect is wrong. You are source. I can see, however, how that could tip into that fine line where your focus, your awareness, is spending more time, obviously, not linear time, we're always in the eternal now, but you get what I mean. Your awareness is being placed and focused more on, so, in other words, not helpful, on all the things you don't want. Does that feel good? Probably not. So I could see where that could become like a little gray area of, I suggest you come up with some other beliefs to get your mind off of all of that so that you can be happily living your life and choosing who you want to be based on what you do want to experience. But no, I don't think things, I think that if I was to say to you, yes, that's wrong. To me, that gives me, and I go off my own intuition, my own gut. That gives me the yuck feeling of a limited belief. That's why I'm unwilling to say that it's wrong. I believe we're limitless. That's why I say it could push us into that trying to control the how gray area. But I would say, because I believe we're limitless, it almost sounds like a go around. There's a better phrase for it. What's that phrase? When we kind of like loophole. It almost sounds like a loophole. But I'm not shutting it down. I'm open to that. I really think that's why, if you noticed in the beginning of the live stream, I said it's mainly the health and safety for my loved ones. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Which is why I love manifestation. I love consciousness. I just want you to know that when I read your question and I told you, we were live, I told you, I'm percolating on that. Give me a second, right? When I said that to you, I want you to know, because I hadn't even read that fucking comment from you, your next comment. I was thinking about my own experiences that I do not want to experience. And it was exactly those words. That's what I was percolating on. How would I approach that? Blah, 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 blah. I love this shit. If that's not another example of experiencing each other's reflection. So back to you. I agree with you. I don't want to have those experiences either. I don't either. So I am source. From there, I choose to put the focus on the me that I want to be, okay? And knowing that I'm someone that I like to write shit down, okay? I like to write shit down. This is fucking... I like to write stuff down. I'm not saying you have to manifest. Don't get me wrong. I really took the time to define who I am, who I'm choosing to be. And I put that in there. The safety of my loved ones. But when my mind wants to pull me in the direction of, let's say, hyper-focusing on the fears, I feel like, I see it like, okay, that's that gray area. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not giving, this is just my way of wording it, so don't overthink it. I'm not giving awareness time to things I do not want to experience. I'm not giving it that awareness time. Not from the place of I have to be afraid because a thought came into my mind. That's not what I'm saying. That's why I said don't overthink what I'm about to say. I prefer, so kind of my way to consciously manifest is to know that I'm already whole as source, or that I am, and from there that I am the version of self that I happily defined, because that feels good to me, right? Writing it down soothes my ego. So yes, long story short, we went on a whole journey together, friend, didn't we? Long story short, no, I don't think it is wrong. That was wild. That was so much fun. You got booted? Like internet booted, or someone in the live stream booted you? They couldn't have. Nastusha? Thank you very much. Hey, Kim. Having anxiety about my manifestation. I want my SP, but I'm gonna to change my phone number because, so you're going to be changing your phone number? But I'm going to change my phone number because of rude, unpleasant third party who spoils my life by calling me by SP's phone. And SP always treated me like a friend. Okay. Politely. So? Are you afraid that if you change your number, that is in some way going to stop the connection between you and your specific person? Nothing can stop source. Nothing. So change your number. Go for it. And in the 3D sense, right? So let's put manifestation aside for a second. Even in the 3D source, there are other ways to connect. So was there more to your question? And if I were you, I would happily be seeing myself as someone who is not bothered by trolls like third parties. I'm not bothered by that. They don't bother me. See yourself that way. So in other words, this is not me saying manifest third party away. I don't ever suggest that. That's a waste of your fucking attention, focus, awareness. It's a waste. It's not needed. Simply knowing who you are and what that means to you is enough. So where this rude, unpleasant bitch stops bothering you. Make sense? You are welcome. Again, Bizarre 1017, you are welcome. Oh, it was your internet, Lisa. I was ready. I'm like, who kicked out Lisa? I was ready, girl. Are you still here, Tusha? Naz? I want to call you Naz. Tusha? Are you still here? Well, if you're not, I will happily tell you that you changing your phone number does not have to mean that it has any type of negative impact on you manifesting your specific person at all. You are not, all right. I was about to say, you are not limited by the 3D world. But in that same breath, let me just say, because you are that 3D world. I know it feels like it's an out here thing, but it's in here. So you could change your number every single day and nothing would cut off the already connection between you and your person, and quite frankly, you and anybody in your reality. You are always in connection, which is another reason why I always say there is no real thing as no contact. That's not real, because you're always in contact. So it doesn't have to mean a damn thing. But I would see yourself as someone who is unbothered. Unbothered. Life is good. You always have good days. Everyone treats you with love and respect. So that becomes true. And troll dummy third party leaves you alone. You know what I mean? Rhonda, thank you very much. Hey, beautiful friend. Just want to thank you again. My mom, again, yesterday told to move into house, even has come up with a way for me to make money without working. Oh my God, Rhonda, what is happening in your world? I know what's happening. And I know that you know what's happening. That's beyond the typical recalibration. I just like that word. You have, I'll stop. You have, you know, whole new reality. You are. I am convinced. It's awesome. What is going on in your world right now is fucking awesome. And I'm glad I'm here for the ride because I am enjoying all of this. I told you that the other day. I'm loving all this. And you know what that means to all the areas in your life. All of them. Just saying. You are. You are, Rhonda. We loved all versions of Rhonda. But this is a whole new you. It's so exciting. Joelle, thank you very much. Hey, miss you so much. Oh, Joelle. Oh, that Joelle. Hello, friend. Been deciding and living my life in the knowing, and boom, my SP for the first time ever is in a relationship with someone new. I immediately saw it as part of the unfolding, though. That's exactly what I would see it as. I'm glad I don't have to say that to you. I'm glad you knew that. Meaningless. Meaningless. Or I would say to anybody else, I would have said, don't let this disarm you or derail you. Don't let this mean something like it would mean to any other regular 3D muggle. Don't be fooled by it. We know better. We know better. How many stories, examples do we need to hear to know that means nothing? I don't care what anybody says. If you've been around the conscious manifestation community long enough, you can never go back to living life like you once did. You can't. You'll never look at any circumstance the same exact way you did before you woke up to this stuff, because nothing is as it seems. And quite frankly, Aren't you seeing more and more and more evidence of that? And I'm saying evidence of the things that are going on amongst the muggles. More and more things that we all thought were one way are in the land of disclosure now. I'm just saying. You can never look at life the same. And that's all a good thing. I mean it all as a good thing. So, Joelle, I hope that you mean everything you're saying and you're not giving this any other kind of meaning than exactly. Part of the unfolding doesn't matter. You've made your decision, so therefore you know who you are. So therefore, you know you'll have your experience. It's a must, right? It's not optional. It's not, I hope I do. I will. And you will. Just wanted a zhuzh from you, but I honestly unbothered. It's in my favor. Damn right it is. And it's a big sign that movement is happening. Weird how I don't feel bad at all. I think why you don't feel bad has a lot to do with the fact of just how awake you are, how evolved you are, or I could say where you are in consciousness. Because you live this. You live this. You know, there are some people out there that I think believe that they can pick up and put down manifestation. Right? Where they just haven't accepted that, no, you're living this, whether you want to do it consciously or not. It's happening. Pink Panther Shop, there you are. Affirming my gym crushes. Jesus, let me rewind. Affirming my gym crush is my boyfriend for a few months doing focused affirmations and clean mental diet, I'm assuming you mean. Starting to see him more often, but no movement yet. Please help. Okay. So you're affirming that the gym crush is your boyfriend. And you're trying to keep a clean mental diet. So can I ask you, what does having a clean mental diet actually mean to you? What does saying your focused affirmations actually mean for you? And when you're not doing those two things, who are you then? Who are you as you're sitting here listening to me talk, watching this live stream? Who were you when you wrote that super chat? Who are you from moment to moment to moment to moment? That's the question. You want him to be your boyfriend? Then right now, in this eternal now moment, right now, you and I are together in it. He's not your gym crush. It's not your gym crush. He's your boyfriend. He's your boyfriend. That is who you are. I'm not saying you got to stop doing your techniques. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, who are you when you're not? Let that be the new thing you do. Stay aware of being you are source, choosing, selecting who you are in every now moment. I bet you'll see a difference. I'm just saying. It's who you know yourself to be to the core. if you were sitting here right in front of me and we were, chit-chatting in my living room, and I had you tell me, define to me, who are you? More than likely, I'm using you as an example, by the way. Don't think I'm picking on you or trying to pick you apart. I'm not. I'm doing this as an example. More than likely, you would start listing off things that you have been conditioned to believe about yourself. This is my name. This is my age. This is where I live. This is where I work. And then maybe you give me a few personal details about your life. Those are the things that we've all been conditioned with. And we believe that those things are the true definition of who we are, right? I'm Kimberly. I'm manifesting with Kimberly. I live in upstate New York. I'm 51. That is who I am. I'm a daughter. I'm a mom. I'm a sister. I'm a girlfriend. That is who I am. Those are the layers of conditioning, but who I am is consciousness. That's who I really am. From there, I'm wearing different coats. So let's say when you first notice your gym crush, you get on that coat. I'm someone who has a gym crush. But I don't want him to be a gym crush anymore. I want him to be my boyfriend. So we take off that coat. And we don't refer to him as anything other than boyfriend. Now, I know this can sound like a little cuckoo. Like, Kim, I'm supposed to walk around and pretend that he's my boyfriend when I know that he's not. I know that hasn't happened yet. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. You can be very much aware that it hasn't been made official in front of your face in 3D reality yet. But at that same time, you can know that you are the you that will experience that without a shadow of a doubt, with a comfortable knowing. This is why I try to explain that no shame, no hate to techniques. But without the techniques, who are you? That's the fuckery. That is why, if you notice, I don't talk a lot about the techniques so much anymore, because the techniques aren't doing anything for you. They're helping soothe your ego into accepting you are this new person that you're choosing to be. That's all. They're soothing. They're not bad. I'm not telling anybody in this live stream to give up your techniques. It's not the message. The message is, who is the you that's doing the techniques? Who is the you that's keeping the mental diet? Who is the you that's saying their specific affirmations to manifest their boyfriend? Are you the you that, I am the me who just has a gym crush? I am the me who has a gym crush who's trying to make my gym crush my boyfriend? Or am I'm already whole, perfect, complete as I am because I am the I am? So therefore, I can know that I'm already the me that has the relationship, and all I'm doing is living in the 3D from moment to moment, experiencing, watching as that becomes real in the physical. So I am the me that has it. I am her now. I'm not just someone manifesting it. I am it. Do you see the difference? Good. Okay. Yay. Gemini Virgo 555. Thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Zhuzh about there's always movement when 3D is silent for 2 weeks. Tips on being persistent in ideal version of SP. Been doing inner conversations and I want to hear those from him on FaceTime. Okay. So kind of just like what I was just saying to Pink Panther friend there. Who do you really think you are? Right now, as you're sitting here chilling with me, who are you? Let me give you an example. In my September of 2022 that I often talk about, it was a shitty fucking month for me. Shit, pure shit. If I was asked that same question, I would have answered it, from the unhappy, let's say the unfulfilled version of myself. I would have answered it as, I don't fucking know. It feels like my world's blowing up. Nothing's going the way I want it to. That's who I am, right? After I came out of that September and started moving through October, life was getting better and better and better. But that had everything to do with me. Because in that September, and as I was moving into my October, my understanding and acceptance of being I am was the clearest it had ever been for me up until that point. Prior to that, I should reword. Prior to that, I thought I was in that full understanding. Coming out of that time, so now we're talking October of 2022. No, I realized, before I got it theoretically, but not to the point that I did in October, okay? Trust me, this it's gonna make sense. So, what I realized about myself is who I thought I really was just some chick trying to get SP to be the way I want in a relationship. Trying to get the kind of relationship that I was coming to realize I wanted to be different. Let me word it like that. What stood out for me was most of the time I was being the me who was trying to manifest versus the me who already knew who she was, which was the me I wanted to be, the me in the relationship, the me who just knew, I know I'm going to have this. I know I'm going to have the relationship. It moved me from, I hope this happens. I hope this works. There's a good chance it will. I hope it does. Versus, I know it. I know it. I know it. And if someone had said to me, but how do you know it? Because I had nothing going on in 3D reality. There was no evidence of it, okay? I don't know. I just know it. Right? I can't show you 3D anything to explain to you why I know it. I just know it. It was clear, unquestionable. It was unthinkable that it wouldn't happen. I just knew. And I can say that the only reason why that I just knew was because I knew who I was as I am. That was my big shift, my change. I'm not telling everybody you got to go through the same fucking journey I went through. That's not what I mean by any of this. So for me, it showed me any whatever about techniques before that time. I already knew that techniques were just techniques, but it changed everything for me. most of the time, people are doing their techniques, but are very much in the belief, in the knowing, in the acceptance that they are not who they want to be. Techniques aren't manifesting anything for you. It's who you are that is. So when you're asking yourself about all the different techniques you want to do, this is why I'm saying there's nothing wrong with techniques, but who is the you doing them? Do you want to be the person manifesting their specific person? Or do you want to be the person who knows you will have that relationship? I'm also not trying to say to you, oh, you better have 100 belief right now, 100%. You better believe it right now. You have to believe it or it'll never work. I'm not trying to give you that impression. I'm trying to say that's where the focus should go. Who are you? Who are you? How would you honestly define yourself? The answer of who you are is unconditional love, source, I am. Does it make sense? Do you see what I'm saying? People need to understand that you manifest every experience, whether it is desired or not. It isn't just about bring forth your desired list. You are manifesting a version of you who has. Yes. Yes. Bad Kitty, thank you very much. One of the OGs. Love you, Kimmy. Love you too. Had another BBL coming in obsessed and wanting to date you. I'm flattered and I know it means I'm being my new self, but seriously, what the fuck? How can I perceive the waiting room of men as working on SP2? Thank you. How can you perceive that? Because what other perception could you have if you are aware that your consciousness is what you experience in reality, right? So reality is your consciousness. It's your mirror. So these waiting rooms of men throwing themselves at you, which seems to be happening to you like daily, how can you perceive that it's happening to your specific person? Because the waiting room of men coming into you now is the reflection of who you are, who you know yourself to be. You're the proof. So comfortably, of course, it is working on your specific person too. Comfortably, yes. How can I perceive that? I think it's, how can I know that? I can know that because I'm source. Because I fucking say so. Because I fucking say so. It is, Bad Kitty. Undeniably, it is. It is going to be so satisfying to me when SP comes in, when I get that beautiful moment, because I'm going to have my moment. I fucking told you so. All these times, I've told you so. You wait and see, my friend. I say that so cockily, so confidently, because this works. This works. But we're all conditioned to kind of want to protect ourselves from the fear of disappointment, from the fear of not getting. We can't help ourselves. Hence, moving the balance, right? Moving the scale. We all feel we need to do something. It's being. Do y'all know what that means? The being. It's you. It's just you. Living your regular life. That's being. That's you being. Your source. I think some of you think that, or maybe you're waiting on I must have this altered feeling. I couldn't just feel like my regular self. That can't be what it feels like to be source. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. Yes, it is. Just you feeling like you is you being source. That is you being. That is why you can comfortably know right now in this moment that your desire, it is already yours. There is nothing left to do. There is nothing left to fight and wrestle with or worry about or question. You can I'm giving you the permission slip to comfortably know it now because your source. Be still and know. Okay, it's driving me nuts. This man is going to be showing up beyond obsessed. Oh, that's not even a question, Bad Kitty. Easily, yes. Hell yes. Sabazad. But I'm used to it just being Saba. Thank you very much. Kim, just love you. I just love you. I just love you. It is always a pleasure talking to you, my friend. Tia, again, thank you very much. Thank you, ADHD2. Could you do a new vid on SC? SC, you mean self-concept, correct? I sure can. Actually, I can easily do it now. We can clip it. It's called You Already Have the Perfect Self-Concept Right Now because you are source. Look at that. Instant self-concept shift. Your source. You're already perfect. Whole. Whole. Do you remember what whole is? I don't mean a hole in the ground. Whole. Nothing can be taken away from you. Nothing can make you be any less whole, ever. And for any of you who just thought of a couple of things, well, this could make me not whole. This could be, you're thinking small. You're thinking simple. You're thinking probably very literal and logical. You're whole. Your self-concept, let's say the perfect self-concept, the self-concept of you living the life you want. It's already there inside of you right now in this moment. It already exists. You are already that. You just have to know it. Say yes to it. Decide it. I'm her now. Nothing left to fix. Nothing left to do. I am her now. Now, I just want to say, I know that there are people out there, because I was like this, you feel like you can't just decide that. The decision does not feel like enough. How can I just decide that I'm the me who has whatever I want? There must be more to this. I must have to reprogram my mind. I must get things into my subconscious in order for things to change. That is one out of the infinite versions of you who believe that. But you're also already the version of you who doesn't have to, who easily makes the decision. All that version of you needs is your attention. awareness, focus. That's it. If you really still struggle with the idea that you can't just decide, hopefully, I am going to remind you of maybe an experience in your life where, I don't know, maybe something popped up into your life, a circumstance. Have you ever experienced a moment where suddenly maybe some new information came to you and you just like that immediately changed your mind about something? I'm going to make up some examples. I will actually give you one example. I'm trying to think of my own moments. Have you ever disliked someone? I'm sure everybody could say yes. Have you ever disliked someone for your own whatever reasons? And like, let's say you disliked them for at least 2 or 3 years. You just couldn't stand them. And then out of nowhere, maybe, another friend of yours presents you with something and you find out that that person you couldn't stand was actually really cool. Really cool. And you end up having like maybe, I don't know, 10-minute conversation with that person, and suddenly you flipped your switch. I guess I do like them. I guess they aren't that bad. And again, this could be the other way around. Maybe you liked someone for a very long time and then they did something and you immediately said, I no longer like them. See how you just made that decision? You just flipped that switch? How were you able to do that? How did you do that? You made a fucking decision. You made the decision. That is all this is. You made a fucking decision. A lot of you go back and forth between your decisions. This is working. This is not working. I am not. Make the decision. I think that those who struggle to believe use the journey of fixing the self-concept as the long-ass way of getting a written permission slip for you to stand in your decision that I am. Do you see what I mean? Thank you, DP9828. And thank you, I am $1 million month Maui Mama, for constantly telling people to give my live stream a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. I've seen all of them. I just haven't stopped each time I've seen your comment. Thank you for doing that. It really does help me. And I just realized, I think, didn't somebody, and I don't remember if I answered it. I didn't. Gemini Virgo. I'm sorry. I'm just remembering that you asked about, could I talk about how there's always movement? I forgot all about that. And that is a really good question that I think other people might feel judged about too. First of all, very plainly, there is always fucking movement. There is never not movement. No matter how much physical 3D proof you think you might have to say that there is no movement, there is always movement. Right? There's an old saying, something like the only thing, oh God. There's a saying, and I can't remember how it goes, but something along, the one thing that never changes is that there is always change. Something like that. And we could also say, I could take this in a whole other direction too. Like, what is the one thing that we know about that never, ever changes? The absolute. God. Higher power, source, energy, moonbeams, fucking whatever you want to call it, God. It's the one thing that never, throughout the ages, we have been taught about our consciousness, and it's never changed. maybe the delivery and the verbiage, but that has always been a constant. If you think about it, everything else is constantly changing around it. But the one promise that never changes is when we talk about God, consciousness, whatever. Anyway, but about movement. I'm trying to think if I could come up with like a literal example for you to make you feel better. Okay. Even scientists agree that we do not see the totality of reality. We see a tiny little fraction. I believe I said this somewhere in the beginning of the live. We only see a tiny little fraction. You can Google that and get the breakdown of the exact percentage that science says, but science says we only see a teeny tiny little part. Our eyeballs can only take in and filter and process a tiny little part of what is actually already here. And when I say the here, I'm not talking about reality per se. Well, reality, but as in the infinite. It's all already here. Hence, creation is finished, right? I'm sure you've heard that. Creation is finished. Everything already exists. So even in the moments that you don't see any direct movement in regards to your manifestation, something that you might not see with those physical eyeballs of yours is happening because everything is always moving. Nothing really stands still. Even you thinking that you're sitting still in your physical body, you're not. It's still moving, right? Everything is vibrating because everything is energy. There is always movement happening in more ways than one, obviously. Okay? So just anybody who feels like, well, I don't see any movement. I need fucking chapstick. Hold on. I'm sorry. Y'all know me by now. It's time for a little chapstick. Do you know any other 51-year-old woman who carries around a chapstick this fucking big and acts like this on live streams? Probably not. And I don't care. This is just me. All right. So, sorry, I'm making myself laugh now. I'm getting distracted. Even in the moments that you believe that nothing is happening, maybe you think you don't see any movement. To DP, it is Treat Beauty. And it's the peppermint stick flavor. It's my absolute favorite. I stock up for it every Black Friday. I buy like 10 packages of it. Okay? I stock up annually. I love it. They should sponsor me. All right? Treat Beauty, if you're watching, fucking sponsor me, okay? I'm just kidding. So, to those of you who don't think you see any movement in regards to your manifestation, I politely would like to put you on blast and ask you to please prove to me how you know that. In full detail, how do you know comfortably that there is no movement in regards to your manifestation? Can you please prove that to me? I'm asking you, obviously, because I comfortably know you can't answer that question. You can't. You'd be full of shit because you don't know how it is going to be presented to you. You don't. You haven't the slightest clue. Like, not even an inkling do you know. But yet, I bet, if everyone's being honest, I bet every single person in this live stream today has had a moment where they looked out at their 3D reality and thought, nothing's changing. I don't see any evidence that my manifestation is going to happen. This is just not working for me. I bet everybody has had that thought at least once. I am willing to bet money on that. Because I've had it too. That's how I know. That's how I know you have. At least once. I know. She couldn't care less, okay? Hey, Issa selects, she doesn't care. Didn't care at all. She's bored to tears with my mouth. So you don't know how your manifestation is going to be presented to you. None of us do, right? Every single person that has ever talked about manifestation. I'm not talking just YouTube people. I'm talking about the original mystics. They all say the same thing about don't worry or concern yourself with how this is going to come to you. You just do your part in knowing who you are. Okay? So that little nugget there, then if you know that you don't know how it's going to come, and I don't know how it's going to come, then how are we comfortably at any time sitting here and looking out and calculating and analyzing and deciding nothing's happening, nothing's changing? How the fuck would you know? Well, all I see is, I'm looking at my living room window. I'm being sarcastic. All I see are cars driving by. How the fuck how do you know that one of those cars is, I don't know, it's a delivery van on the way to your specific persons they ordered something, and then when they get their order, they're going to look at that order and they're going to be suddenly inspired that they need to reach out to you, and then they do. We don't know, because we don't know what experiences happen to give us what we want. None of us do. So why would we ever think nothing's happening? But we fucking can't help ourselves. Our ego starts chirping. We start doubting. And we assume that we know everything because somebody told us we're source. So now we have that I know I am the I am. So therefore I think I know everything, including the how. But we don't. So one thing that Neville Goddard said that I always liked and kind of hung on to is everyone willingly plays their part to bring about your desire. Everyone does. From the beggar to the thief. And he said one other thing, and I can't remember. But from the beggar to the thief, everyone willingly plays their part. And I can't remember which book it was in, but in the book, he was giving the manifestation success story about, I think it was for either concert or theater tickets. And that's why he said from the beggar to the thief, because both of those, I think, showed up in that success story. Because everyone is willingly playing their part to bring about their desire, and they know not why they're doing it. That kind of also now ties into, this is why we say no one really has free will. Every action that every person is taking is in some way in connection to bringing your desire to you, even when that doesn't make logical sense or when you yourself can't make the sense of it. You don't need to. And a lot of times things don't always make sense, but it doesn't mean we don't get what we want. But some of us connect those kind of dots together. Oh, I don't see anything out here. I have my personal idea blueprint of how I think my manifestation is going to come. Okay, I'm manifesting a specific person, so I expect that, okay, I'm going to do my affirmations today. So that's enough time for SP to be thinking about me. So he should pick up his phone. He should text me. He's going to ask me for a date. That makes the most sense to me. He's going to ask me for a date. We'll go out on the date. He's going to confess his love. And then maybe we'll have a couple of more dates and he's going to ask me to marry me. And that's how this should perfectly unfold. So if I don't see them after I just did my affirmations and my SP didn't text me, that hasn't happened. Now 2 fucking weeks has gone by and I haven't heard from SP. So that must mean this isn't working. Hello? Need I remind anyone? You don't know how this is going to unfold. Nobody told you that you were going to do your techniques and then your SP was going to text you 10 minutes later. Nobody, well, I shouldn't say nobody told you. I know there are video titles out there like that, which are fucking dumb. But aside from that, no one can tell you how it will come to you. So why would we get upset and assume? Because of our old conditioning? Okay, I am so glad to know that I don't have to be that version of myself anymore. I don't have to be that version. I used to be the person who would shit themselves if I didn't get a morning text message. I would lose my shit. Immediately believe, you don't love me anymore. You're falling out of love with me. That has to be true. And I would convince myself that I was right. No, I was being an idiot, truthfully. Almost to 100, yes. Come on, guys, hit that like button. Let's get 100 likes. Have we ever done that on a live stream? I don't know. That would be so much fun. Can we do it? Can we hit 100 likes? I love matching numbers. Let's do it. I love that you're being my cheerleader, my personal cheerleader right today. I'm loving it. You're doing such a good job, my friend. Oh my God, guys, we're so close. We only, according to my screen, we only need 6 more. Come on, out of the 140 something. I can't see it clearly because my window is blocking that third number. Come on. Out of 143 of you, can we have 4 more? 4 more peeps. Just, no, 2 more. 2 more. Oh my God, come on. We are so close. I am like a child. Why? Oh my God, we did it. We fucking did it. Thank you to all of you who did it. Oh my God, we're going over. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you to all of you who did it, who hit that like button. I so appreciate it. Seriously, I'm like a child. And I don't want to lose that part of me ever. It's the little things, guys, isn't it? It's the little things that just lit up my world. Thank you so much. That was so much fun. Oh, you know what's going to happen, though? Now I'm going to want to do this every single live stream. The pressure's on. We can do it. We can do it. All right. Let's see. Beauty and Becoming. Thank you very much. SP is in Kentucky. I'm not laughing at you, Beauty and Becoming. I'm laughing at the fact that you wrote KY for Kentucky because my mind thought of something else when I saw KY. And at the same time, it gives me the memory of the time somebody said to me, my SP and I are in NC. And when they said NC, I thought it meant North Carolina. I didn't realize it meant no contact. Yeah, glittery bubbles, Jenny. That's where my mind went. Yeah, dirty mind. Okay, so SP is in Kentucky. I'm in New York. He ghosted me 12/21 after we bonded. Also claimed before ghosting, he had trauma from a girl who got engaged behind his back. Oh, what a sneaky bitch. So he got his feelings hurt. He's got trauma. So, I mean, no offense to his trauma. Okay, no offense. That's unfortunate. I don't like anybody to get their feelings hurt. But so what? That doesn't mean we keep that story going. Oh my God, we're at 110 likes. You sons of a biatch. Who took away their like? You are banned. Is there a way to see? I'm going to ban you, you unfair turd. Yes, Brazilian BBL, Brazilian love. Okay, you're lucky you put it back. Good thing I can't search. No givies and takies. That's not fair. All right. Poor Beauty and Becoming. She's probably like, girl, will you focus your shit and answer my question? Hi, ADHD. Just saying. Okay. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Holy shit. Oh, okay. So he ghosted you on 12/21. And you feel you two already bonded. Good. Let's continue that story. That is the truth. You two have a connection. You guys bonded. Did he drop the ball after 12/21? Yes. But nothing is ruined. Nothing is over. Who do you want to be? Do you notice what I'm not doing? Do you notice how I'm not? Let's talk more about his trauma after having his feelings hurt. Let's not go there. That's the most typical 3D thing to do. Let's focus on the trauma. Let's focus on his healing. Let's not. So we can stop that fucking story. We are not controlled by trauma. I don't care, nor am I interested in, to hear about all the psychological reasons. These are all stories and ideas. And I know for some of us who are very highly educated in those departments, some of you agree with me on this topic because your source. You are not limited by anything. You have a choice. You have a choice. Now, this is his story. This was his experience. Okay. But who you are is deciding what version of him comes into your vicinity, into your reality. So more than likely, after you didn't hear from him, that probably ruminated in your mind a lot, right? He didn't call, he ghosted. It's probably because of the trauma he had from his previous experiences. And I understand thinking that way probably soothed you through some of the moments that you were hurting and disappointed that he didn't contact you, which is understandable. But I think if we want to bring change, I invite you to, at minimum, see him as the healed version of himself, at minimum. And that would probably feel least resistive for you, to look at it as, oh, he's healed. He's healed. He bonded with you. You know, you already believe that. You already experienced that. He bonded with you. He already could tell that you were a good woman who wouldn't pull some nasty bullshit behind his back. He's the healed version of him. He's ready to be, I don't know, however you want to word this, you got to pick the words that feel good to you. He's ready for commitment with you. He's ready to have a full-blown relationship. He wants to talk to you. He wants connection with you. That's who you are. That is your normal. It's normal for you to believe and accept that, of course he's going to contact me. Of course he is. Of course he is. You start seeing yourself that way. And remembering, especially when you're doubting, remembering, why can you choose to have this new view of him? Because your source. And because although it might feel like he ghosted you, so it feels like I haven't talked to him since that night. You have been connected to him and consciousness this whole time. And then I'm just trying to guess, maybe a logical thought's coming to your mind like, well, then why hasn't he reached out to me? Irrelevant. Let's not even go there. Well, why hasn't this happened? I didn't think the thought that he wasn't going to ghost me. No, let's not even go there. We experience consciousness. That's what our reality is, reflection of consciousness. We know the totality of what consciousness is. It's infinite. So it showed up. Have you ever had the fear of being ghosted? Have you ever had the fear of being abandoned? Have you ever had the fear of not being good enough? Have you ever had the fear? I'm saying fear, but we could just say belief, okay? Have you ever had the belief that someone who's had relationship trauma carries that trauma and acts upon it after they meet new people? It could have been any one of a number of reasons why that showed up, but that is not the frame of reality that we want to go back to. We don't want to be in the reality where he ghosts. We don't want to interact with the version of him that fucking ghosts like a child. I shouldn't even say like a child, because a child wouldn't ghost. A child would show back up again, right? We want to be in the frame or the reality where it is normal and acceptable, and therefore it happens that, of course, he's contacting me. Can't get enough of me. He knows he hit the jackpot the night he met me. He felt that same bond like I did. He felt the same way. And we move on. We move on. And by move on, I don't mean like get over it. I just mean we move on to the frame we want to be in, where we don't have to worry about being ghosted, where we don't have to worry about his previous relationship history, that he's a grown-ass adult who is now behaving like an adult. And we don't start going into the, the different type of relationship attachment bullshit dating advice. Which I'm sorry, I'm just keeping it real. It all is bullshit dating advice. More and more labels and shitty limiting beliefs to tack on, to layer on ourselves. Why would we want to do that? We're source, selecting anything we fucking want out of consciousness. Why would we ever pick a story that's unfavorable? See what I mean? What? A double tap Kim's forehead challenges? You're double. It's just so you guys can slap me? So you can give me bitch slaps? I'll take it. Give it to me. Oh my God, you guys are hilarious. Bizarre 1017, thank you very much. Kim, thanks for all the wonderful things you do and for being a totally awesome person. Thank you so much. Bizarre, that was so nice. You didn't have to do that. That was very generous and kind of you, my friend. Thank you. Irina, thank you very much. Darling Kim, what would be your 3 top tips to get through moments of doubts that we are source? Much love from the UK. Love you, and I'm so grateful for your always generous help. Oh, girl, I just love you. I just love you. All right, so let me think. What are my 3 top tips to get through moments of doubt? Because I'm trying to think of myself now. So I'm trying to think of my own moments and what did I do specifically to handle them? Well, the first thing, I don't know that it's going to be like a top tip. It's just something that I like to share and give out as advice when we're doubting. So this might be familiar to you because I feel like I might have already said it, but when you are in question that you are source, and obviously the last thing we want to do is start panicking and worrying that even us contemplating the idea of doubting it, that we are in some way hurting our manifestations, right? I hope we never go into that kind of thinking because it's not true. I think it's a very normal human doubt. I really do. I think that's a very normal doubt to have, to question this whole crazy idea that you are source, that your consciousness is what you're experiencing in reality. I think it's a normal response. So I like to give out the idea, and it's because it's something I used to do to help, I'm going to say soothe myself or soothe the ego, is ask for it to be shown or ask for proof. Show me that I'm source. Show me what I think I'm missing. Show me what I think or what I should be doing or what I'm not understanding. Now, I know to anybody hearing that, you might think, oh my God, that sounds like a limited thing to say, or it sounds like a limited affirmation. Oh, it sounds so doubtful. I'm asking for proof, right? We're not supposed to ask for those kinds of things. No, you're fucking source. This is the ego part of you needing a little boost, needing a little soothing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I'm going to tell you, I have done it. And an answer always comes. Now, what I suggest as a part of this tip is you don't limit that. You leave yourself open, meaning For example, what not to do. I wouldn't say, show me that I am source. Prove to me that I am source by having specific person knock at my door. Don't do that. You're limiting it. This is you allowing the answer to come to you freely, flowingly, and realizing that it's really you giving yourself the answer because you are source, okay? So don't do it that way. You're already, in my mind, you're already now conditioning it. You're already conditioning it. So you leave it open. What I can tell you from my own personal experience, listen, I'm not new to this stuff. I've been on this journey now well over a decade. I have had all sorts of shit doubtful moments, and there is no shame when you have them. There's no shame in it. You can't beat yourself up for it. And I don't think, if you're asking for proof every fucking day, show me, I'm looking for signs today. Yeah, that's a different conversation. That is someone who is consistently limiting themselves, okay? But this random, once in a while moment where you're asking to see proof, I see no harm in it. There might be other coaches out there who disagree. I'm just going to tell you that every time I have asked personally along my way, something always came to me. An answer always came. I've had wild moments. So my number one tip is to do that. Ask. Ask to be shown. And how do you ask? You just say it. You just say it. You're talking technically to yourself. Or you could look at it as I'm talking to God. I'm talking to the universe. I'm talking to my higher self. It doesn't matter how you view it, but you know who you are. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I feel like I'm getting all tongue twisty. So there's one. Let's see, 2 and 3. I would say my next tip is to remember in the moments that you feel doubtful or you're questioning things is it's okay. And to reassure yourself that it's okay that you doubt. Like I said in the beginning, it's normal to have doubts. Especially if you're someone who's brand new to all of this. It's normal to doubt. This is a whole new way of viewing your world. So it's okay that I'm having this moment. Like I said earlier, this isn't going to hinder my journey or hinder my manifestation from coming. Doesn't matter. It's okay that I'm doubting. It's okay that I'm feeling this way, right? Going along with the thoughts and feelings really don't matter until you make them matter, until you decide that those moments matter. They don't. So I would say my second tip is to try to remember that it's okay you're feeling that way. Don't beat yourself up for it and just let it happen. Allow it. And try not to give your feelings so much authority. Now, all I mean by that is I'm not saying stuff them down. I'm saying don't view your feelings and emotions as holding more authority over you, over your world, over anything. They're just feelings and emotions. They're experiences. But you're still the consciousness choosing no matter what. And let's see, number 3. I would say my number 3 tip would be to say, fuck it, and put it all aside for right now. Fuck it. Yes, we are manifesting 24/7, like, right? We're never stopping. But thanks, Siri. But if you're finding yourself feeling like shit and you're doubting, get your mind off of it for right now. Put manifestation to the side. Go distract yourself with something else until you feel chilled out again. So, yeah, fuck it. Just say fuck it. And I mean, literally, fuck it. There were times where I would be so upset and frustrated, spiraling, riddled with doubt, and I would give it the old fuck it. And I would just pick up my phone. Again, this probably isn't the greatest advice, but I would just pick up my phone and start scrolling just to distract my mind long enough to where I wasn't so fucking hyper focused on what I thought wasn't happening. And kind of like I was saying for number 2, there's so much fear around our thoughts, just enough to distract yourself so you can just feel better. If minimum, you're just feeling neutral. So that's what I would do. Those are my top 3 tips. Yes, taking a break, and so something fun works so well. Yes. Oh, thank you. Perfect answer, Kim. Thank you. I love how real you are. 0. I love you, my friend. Thank you very much. Yeah, I can't be anything but the real me. I can't. Right? Can't be, what's the word I'm like, there's a word I'm thinking of. But it kind of means like being fake or like acting, but it's not either one of those words. I can't be that. I can only be me, right? You can smell when someone is not being genuine or authentic. Authentic. Oh my God. We're almost at 120. Holy balls. I don't know if I have ever, even on a video, have I ever seen the likes being the same? So I would say, and I know it's not views, it's people who are here. So I guess it's not the same thing, but I've never seen it like so amazingly close. We do. I'm $1 Million a Month Maui Mama. You need to come to every damn live stream and never miss anything. And you are in charge of getting those likes up because you have been fabulous at this. You do need to do it more often. Marion 4472, thank you very much. Hey Kim, I've been working on manifesting an SP. I don't know, but let me start over. I read that wrong. I've been working on manifesting an SP. I don't know, but have some things I want to change about myself and life at the moment. How do I let go of the belief that I'll be replaced within that time frame? Am I running out of time? No, time does not exist. I know that hearing that doesn't always make us feel better though, right? Because we do feel like time is real. We feel like we're living with time, or I want to say kind of like feeling like we're controlled by time, but it doesn't exist. It's a construct, right? And that's just not us manifesting community saying that. That's a science thing, right? So no, you don't have to fear that running out of time shit. So I want to get back to, so there are some things I want to change about myself and my life at the moment. How do I let go that I'll be replaced? Now, you're in that same breath, though, you're saying that you're manifesting a specific person that you don't know. So I look at that. So you're manifesting new love coming in, correct? Am I correct, Marion? New love? So I'm assuming that means you have not yet met your person? Or when you say it's someone I don't know, meaning like you know who they are, but you two don't know each other. Like you haven't had a sit-down conversation ever. Which one is it? Oh my God, we are so fucking close. All right, well, I'm going to keep answering it, and I'll be looking to see if you answer that question for me. Okay. If it is someone that you're saying that I don't know, but all you mean by it is you two have never had a formal conversation to know each other, but you know who it is, kind of like, I would say similar to like someone manifesting a celebrity that they've never had a one-on-one conversation with. If it's something, if you mean something like that, so you already have an idea of who that person is, and you're worried that they are going to get with someone else as you are manifesting the other things about yourself, I suppose in one respect, it really doesn't matter either way. Either way, time is not real. Time is not real. We are not, let's say, limited by time, not only at any given moment, but manifestation wise. And I always give credit to this person I'm about to say because it's the first time that it clicked for me when he used this one word. But also, I'm not trying to not give credit to other authors because I know other authors used this phrase, but it's the vertical. So I'm not trying to take away from them as well. There are other authors who used that phrase, the vertical, but Tom Kiernan was the first person that I heard say it, the vertical. I think it's the perfect way of looking or thinking about where we really are in that eternal now. So that eternal now moment, which is the vertical, you're there. That's where you actually really are, is in that vertical, not a horizontal, linear time. You're not living against that. It feels like we are. But what we think is a linear straight line lifeline are really frames. I'm trying to make a box. Frames of, let's say, moments. We could say frames of different realities. We could say that being placed on this appearing to be linear timeline. But I know I'm getting us off course here. But you're really standing in the vertical, selecting frames to experience. So when you're worried that you're running out of time to manifest other things you want in your life, you're thinking too literal, in my opinion. You're thinking too logically. And in one respect, without meaning to, you're trying to control the how. So I'm just going to use myself as the example. When I was, well, I shouldn't say was because there is a part of me still am, but manifesting weight loss, I lost 100 pounds. While I was manifesting that, initially, I thought that all of that had to come off of me before I could be in the loving, fulfilling, committed relationship that I wanted to be in. So there was that part of me, because I believed that, I was frantic, stressed out, not to mention I had a lifetime of yo-yo dieting. So again, reminder, I'm 51. I've been manifesting for well over a decade now, but I was frantic thinking, oh my God, it's going to take me forever for that initial 100 pounds to come off of me. Who's going to love me with that extra on me? No one's going to want me. Who's going to choose me? Because remember in the beginning, I didn't know my specific person in the beginning. So if I had understood about consciousness like I do now, I probably wouldn't have been so damn frantic. I didn't realize that I was trying to control how the desire came to me. So for anybody out there who's thinking, this other manifestation has to come before this manifestation comes, you're thinking too logically and you're thinking really small, and without meaning to, you're trying to dictate the how. Again, let's say, again, I'm going to keep it with the weight loss thing. I get the idea of I wanted to look my best when I brought new love in, right? And my best is relative per person. We all have our own individual, unique ideas of when we think we look our best versus when we don't. So 100 pounds ago, me did not feel like she looked her best. What I know now through 2020 hindsight, so I can look backward through my life experience, life began, I'm going to say distracting me, but life began distracting me and keeping me busy. I can tell you now, I can see all of those things were simultaneously changing within me all along. But just like any one of us who ever feels like nothing's changing, we can get ourselves all entangled with that. And then we start thinking about the fear of time. It's taking too long, right? So whatever it is of the things that you said you wanted to change about some personal things, no, you don't have to worry that you're going to be replaced. As long as you are remembering who you are as source, and from there, who you want to be, meaning what version of yourself that you want to be. So I'm looking at it as the version of you who has all the things that you wanted to manifest, the personal things you mentioned, that you are that you right now. You might not look out in physical reality. So for me, I would have said, I might not have looked in the mirror and saw the 100 pounds gone at that time yet. But I could know that I am the me that will experience the loss of it, right? Because we're manifesting everything, including the body. Every new now moment. I know it don't feel like that. I know sometimes it feels like things are gradually through incremental moments happening. And that's okay too, if it feels that way. I'm just saying it's really not incremental. It gives the appearance of it. Linear time and space gives it the so-called experience of it feeling and looking incremental, progressively, gradually. But it really isn't. It's all different frames of reality. So instead of stressing out about number one, being replaced, or number two, the other things not being here in time, instead of going there, go to the end. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? So, using my example, I wanted to be the version of myself in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship and who was fulfilled in every other area of my life. That is who I am. I called it my new self. And I knew every time I thought new self, I knew what that meant to me. That meant to me, everything was exactly the way I wanted it to. And yes, I would have moments of doubting. Yes, I would have moments of stress. There were plenty of moments of me looking out at reality and not thinking anything was changing, certainly not fast enough. And I would have to remind myself of the same thing and come back to who you are. And when I say come back, it's not that you left. It's more of you're getting yourself distracted and entangled in all the unimportant shit. The important shit is remembering who you are. I am the I am. And obviously fill in the blank from there, who you want to be. That's what I would do. You don't have to worry about being replaced, my friend. Okay? Who can replace you in your own reality? Think of it that way. And feel free to feel confident and cockily. I can't believe I just said cockily for cocky. Feel free to feel cocky and confident in who you are. And remember, it's your reality. Who could replace you in your own reality? Absolutely nobody. Absolutely nobody. Okay? Oh my God, Tracy. Oh my God. Tracy! I just love you. I'm coming right back to you, Practical Perception now. That's a new username to me, but I recognize your picture. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not skipping you, my candle gifting friend. I'm not skipping you. Tracy, oh my God. You are always, I mean, all of you are. Who am I kidding? You're all so generous to me. Tracy! Thank you so much. If any of you are new here, you don't understand how many times Tracy has shown up with a whammy like this. Oh my God. Hi. I am as in impossible to Kim possible. The universe is incredible, as the universal law is so true. You reap what you sow, and it's not a cheap reap. Be careful how you treat people. I love you, Kimberly. I love you, Kimberly. I love you, Tracy. HBIC alumni since 2021. Dr. Tracy, I just love you. Thank you so incredibly much. My God. And any other time you've done this, I'm in this, I get in that same position of, I don't even know what to say. I'm so thankful and grateful. It's crazy generous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God. Ugh. My heart is like, Tracy is an angel. Tracy is an angel. My Lord. Practical Perception now is also an angel. She has supplied me with many a strawberry shortcake candle or two. My strawberry shortcake friend, change is always certain. When I accepted everything as it was, it does work out. Dating my friend and new job. I am so friggin' happy for you. And I'm not surprised wonderful things are happening. I am not surprised. You know what you're doing. You have known what you were doing. You've got this shit down. I'm very happy for you. Thank you for your super chat as well. Thank you. I know I've already said it to you and I put it in videos, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you for everything you've ever sent me. To all of you sending me, oh my God, we're at the even 130. Oh, we just almost were. We, for 1 second, we were 130 and 130. Now we are again. This is the best live ever. This is literally the best live stream I think we have ever had. Oh my God. Just, oh God. It is record-breaking likes. To all of you who have taken that moment to give this live stream a like, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. I wish I could high five you all individually. It is very much appreciated. Total record breaking. Crazy generosity. Dr. Tracy showing up and giving her mic drop. My God. I know I just keep saying thank you, but I cannot express my gratitude. I'm good with words when I'm blabbing out manifestation stuff. Ooh, you okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? I'm sorry, just give me a minute. You okay? It scared you, huh? You're okay. You're okay. Oh, let's see if they can see you. There she is. Yeah, you can lay down with mommy. My girl, I'm hoping you will all join me as we are manifesting that Poop is always feeling wonderful, comfortable, and her movement is always easy, pain-free. That's where I hope you're all joining me and manifesting that for me with Poop, please. She's recently got a new injection to eliminate arthritis pain. I believe it started working. And I believe she got a little rambunctious and then hurt herself. So she's been limping, but the limping has been getting better. And you know, well, listen, my channel says I'm manifesting with Kimberly. You know I'm trying my best to always choose the best for her. Oh, my girl. If you're new here, this is my child. I have actually one physical child as well. I have my son, who doesn't live with me anymore, right? He's a grown-up. And my daughter, Poop. Actually, her name is Trinity, but Trinity from the Matrix. You my best girl. She almost fell off the couch, hence my panicking. Okay. So I have to get my own thoughts together when it comes to poop. So let's stop. Stop talking about it. Only good things for my girl. Only good things. Okay. Let's see. Wait a minute. Oh my God. You guys are killing me here. Marion, yes, Kim, we've never met in person. Okay. Marion, I know I already answered you, but I'm going to quickly say to you again. I'm not trying to sound repetitive. This bitch is pushing me off the couch. Really? Because she knows I'll do it. I'll move. She nuzzles behind me and literally boops to me to get me to move. So I'll sit on the edge of the couch so that she can have my seat. She does this to me every day. I like to believe she does it on purpose to be a sassy bitch because that makes me happy. Because you know mommy will move. I don't know if you can see her. Yeah, you can see her. Anyway, okay. I like her to be sassy. That's how I decide. I know she's happy when she's sassy because I'm happy when I'm sassy. Okay. I am $1 million a month Maui Mama. Thank you. And it's your 10th super chat on a live stream, my friend. Thank you. Marion 4472. Oh my gosh, thank you very much. Holy moly. Thank you, Marion. You guys are just blowing my mind today. And he doesn't know if exists or if I exist, I'm sure. I spotted him on social media. Thank you so much. I do tend to apply logic. So what you're saying is go to the end where I have him and everything else I desire. Yes, that is what I'm saying. How do I go about my life knowing I can trust this? Love you. All right. Knowing that you can trust it, that will come. I know that's not usually the kind of response I give, but that will come naturally to you. In other words, it's normal to have questioning it. It's normal to have doubt. You know, I would tell you that just on my own experience that I don't remember who, somebody said this in the comments earlier and I already forgotten, I'm sorry who said it, but it's easy to trust, it's easy to be excited, it's easy to manifest when everything is going the way you want, when things are going good. And it doesn't feel so easy when it's the opposite, right? So I'm bringing that part up for a reason. So I could easily tell you, I can think of many moments in the last decade of me manifesting. There were lots of moments where it didn't look like things were going my way, and I definitely didn't trust. I didn't feel solid, right? And especially when I would have like what I would have defined at the time, super unfavorable moments. Where do you think my mind went to immediately? What if I've been wrong? What if this shit really doesn't work? What if I've been fooling myself to think that I can just consciously manifest whatever I want, blah, blah, blah. My mind definitely went there along the way. Okay. So number one, I hope in saying that you'll see, okay, so there's the proof that, well, my manifestation still came in. So my doubtful moments didn't ruin it for me. Number one. Number two, there were moments where I was comfortably knowing, comfortably trusting. And then along the way, I would have days where I wasn't comfortably knowing, comfortably trusting. I was doubting. And I'm saying that not to scare you, because it's not a scary thing. I'm saying it to, we're constantly moving through states of consciousness. We're constantly moving. Like all the time. It happens so quickly. It's like this. That's the visual I get. All through states. Because it's all the infinite versions of you. You have access to it at every given moment. They're all there. I think of it like the TV show The Wheel of Fortune, the spinning wheel. Well, think of all the little things on the spinning wheel or all the different versions of you. And that wheel is pretty damn big because there's infinite versions of you. So there's a lot of things. See what I mean? And your awareness is that stopper. And we experience through that filter, that version of ourselves, where that little stopper is, where our awareness is. And that is another reason why I love that concept of we're always in the vertical. We're in that vertical with that spinning wheel of the infinite versions of us. Or if you don't like the idea of thinking of it as infinite versions, we could say the infinite states of consciousness. Or like the Bible says, the many mansions. And if you don't like breaking it down to those things, okay, well then the infinite possibilities spinning around you. Just needs your awareness, your attention, your focus, your decision. So you will, I know you're going to have moments where you trust this. And you're not even sure why. You trust it. And then you're going to have moments where you don't. So my suggestion in the moments that you don't is try not to panic. Put it all aside if you need to. But remind yourself that it doesn't matter that you don't trust it in this moment. Doesn't matter. I'm making my decision anyway. The reason why I'm kind of like wording it kind of like, I don't want to say blasé, but not so super specific, because every single one of us is going to have our own unique experience. Trusting and knowing feels different to each one of us. If we're newer to this, and I don't know, you didn't say if you were, but if you are, I think it's so normal to have lots of moments of doubting. And if you're not newer to it and you still feel like I can't trust it, then why don't you do my suggestion that I said earlier to Irina, that show me proof. Say it to your higher self, to the source, to God, whatever you call it, that infinite part of you. Show me that I'm source. How can I know that I'm source? How can I trust that I am source? And see what pops in to reality for you. And something will. So for example, I'm not saying it's going to be this, but for example, a video might pop up that's titled like nearly specific to what you questioned, what you asked. Somebody might suggest a book. You go to check out the book and suddenly it opens to a page that responds to that, right? So again, I'm not trying to encourage everybody to every single day ask for signs. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in the moments that you feel the worst, where you're doubting the worst, go ahead and ask. Because when you zoom out, it's you, technically, giving yourself the answer. Because you are manifesting all of this. See what I mean? Sarah Megan, thank you very much for poop. Thank you. Oh, Paige, you too. Thank you. She's saying thank you too. See? Are you saying thank you? She's saying thank you. Huh. Look at poop, full of sass. Nothing wrong with her. Don't know what you're talking about. That's right. That's right. I was just chatting shit. Right? Was Mom chatting shit again? She's giving me side eye like, bitch, you're always talking shit. You're such a good girl. Huh. Anyway. Okay, I gotta slide back over though, okay? Woo! Woo! That was me. Ooh, geez. Jesus, we're losing our light. My hair is bugging the hell out of me. That's going to have to do it for now. I love her too, Paige. I am AAM 9698, aka Rachel. I am. Oh my God, our likes exceed how many people are here? I've never seen that. Look at on my end, it's 33399 as far as how the things work out. And 144, again, I'm not Mrs. Angel numbers over here, but you know, that mathematical side of me loves to see synchronized numbers. You guys have just been fucking amazing. This is the best live stream ever. Poop is precious. Did I already answer that one? Poop is so precious. Thank you, DP9828. I know we aren't supposed to be thinking about time, but sometimes I do. Well, you're human. You're human. Are you worried about the time? And if so, what specifically? Because time is just that construct, right? Think about it. I don't know where you live, but I live in New York, and we sprang forward today. So it's like we lost an hour. That's because time isn't fucking real. How are we losing and then gaining an hour? Blah, 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 blah. No. No. It's a construct. Nothing is in that linear straight line. So when you're fearing time, ask yourself, okay, is it really the time or is it something else that you're fearing? A lot of time it boils down to the fearing of just not getting it. And if that's so, well, you already got it. Creation is finished. You already have it. And if you're anything like my old self would say, yes, creation is finished. Yeah, I already got it. I want it in the fucking physical. I don't want to experience it in the 4D or the 5D. I want it in the 3D. That's how my mind used to respond to that. And you will experience it in the 3D. Technically, you already are. Just doesn't always feel that way. Yeah, sounds like it's been a good conversation. This is our last time change here. The government decided this province stays at this time. So yeah, time is kind of man-made. Totally agree. If time were real, from my perspective, if time were real, we would not be on so many different time, like the time zones. The fuckery of, I've decided we're not going to change time this spring. We're not doing it now. Well, this state says, yes, we're still doing it now. I just think it's more and more just in our face of just how it's not real. It is not real. I wish New York would too. Wouldn't it be wonderful for our government to do that change? Yes. Yes. I remember when we used to talk about the time change. I remember when we used to have to do that. Well, my friends, I believe this is where I'm going to have to bounce off because your girl's got to pee. And I need to change out the laundry, the washing machine. This has been an amazing live stream. Let's see. Nearly 3 hours. Nearly, right? Am I doing the math right? 60 times. Yeah. Nearly 3 hours. This has been fabulous. Thank you to all of you for the super chats and the outrageously generous super chats. Thank you so much. Hint, hint. Dr. Tracy, Marion, to all of you, thank you. Thank you for standing in brazen impudence in the decision for my girl who's behind me here. Oops. I appreciate that. And let's see, what else? Oh, advanced manifestors. I'll see you guys in the morning. If you've ever been wondering if you should join the VIP, the advanced manifestors, well, I think you should. Come join us. That channel membership gives you access to all the other memberships anyway, so you get to be in them all. And the advanced manifestors are the group that I do private Zoom live streams that are not recorded, so we can talk about whatever we want. Just saying, we did one of those yesterday. What else? Other than that, y'all, I'll see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Sunday.